So, good morning, Year 8. We are on lesson 41. Wow, time has flown. So, we are starting with our health and lifestyle week, and we are going to be in our first two lessons looking at testing and improving our reaction time. So, there is an experiment you are going to carry out at home, and then in lesson 2 tomorrow, you will be doing some reaction times online as well. So what you're going to need from your activity pack today is your worksheet for testing reaction times. So can you get that out and get ready to start? So the purpose of this test is to test your reaction time, and you are going to be catching a ruler, and the quicker you catch it, the faster your reaction time. So we are going to be recording a lot of data and writing down your test results. So first of all, what I want you to do, I've sent you through an email for this, or you can find it on Show My Homework, is go to the link on this page and just watch a little quick YouTube video of how to actually do the test, and we'll explain a bit more in a minute. So you've now watched the video and you know what to do. So first of all, we need to make a hypothesis. So when we do any kind of experiment, we need to test an idea. So an idea is what we call a hypothesis. So we are going to predict whether our right or left hand is better at catching the ruler. So if you are right-handed, you might think that actually you're going to be quicker with your right hand. If you're left-handed, you might think you're going to be better with your left hand. But basically, it's not a question of being right or wrong. It is just coming up with a hypothesis to actually test. So what I want you to do now is write down your hypothesis. For example, my right hand will be faster than my left hand, or my left hand will have a faster reaction time than my right hand. So write that down now on your sheet. Great, we've got our hypothesis. Now we want to make a prediction. So this one, you might want to predict in seconds how quickly you think you can catch the ruler. So I want you to fill this out with a number in milliseconds. So they are thousands of seconds. So how many milliseconds do you think you're going to catch it with your left hand and then with your right hand? Great, so we now have our hypothesis and we now have a prediction of time. So what you're going to do, you are going to work with a partner, a member of your family, and they are going to hold the ruler at the top, and then they are going to drop the ruler exactly like you saw in the video. And then you're going to see where on the ruler you catch the ruler, and then you're going to write down that number. So if you catch the ruler by 15 centimeters, and as in this diagram, you're going to write down 15 in your column of data on your worksheet. So these are the tables on your worksheet, and as you can see, we are going to do 8 attempts in total with your left hand and 8 attempts with your right hand. So all in all, you will catch the ruler 16 times. Obviously, if you drop the ruler, don't worry about that and just do it again. So wherever you catch the ruler, between your thumb and your finger, you're going to write down the centimeters there. And then in a minute, we are going to convert those centimeters into milliseconds. So off you go now. You have 8 catches to do with your left hand, 8 catches to do with your right hand, and write down the numbers as you go along. Okay, so you've now got a table filled out for your left hand and your right hand. We now need to convert that into milliseconds. So as you can see on this chart, we've got a column for centimeters, a column for milliseconds, and a column for seconds. Okay, we're going to use milliseconds because these are easier numbers to work with because they are thousands of seconds, or a thousandth of a second. So for example, if you caught your ruler at 15 centimeters, you would look along the line, and under the milliseconds, so the first column, it will say 175 milliseconds. And then you're going to write that in your chart in your table. We are going to completely ignore the seconds column. Okay, we're going to use the bigger number. If you caught your ruler at 10 centimetres, you go to the number 10 in the centimetres column, you look along, and in that first column you've got 143. You would write 143 down in your milliseconds, and so on and so on. So now I want you to use your information, pause the video, and you are going to use the conversion chart either on the PowerPoint or on your sheet, and you are now going to write down what the milliseconds are for every catch, converting the centimetres into milliseconds. Off you go. So now you should have a table completely filled out with the 8 catches, left and right hand. So you've got centimetres filled out for your 8 catches, and then you've also now filled out your milliseconds column, where you've converted your centimetres into milliseconds using the converter chart. That is all we are going to do today. You've done enough today. We've got a hypothesis, a prediction, we've used a method, we've watched a video, we've collected all our data, and now we've actually converted that to milliseconds. And then in tomorrow's lessons, we are going to use that information and we are going to analyse it and make a graph. Well done, everyone. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye.